Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well. Today I'm doing a requested video for a chit chat kind of soft spoken ramble while I do my makeup. So kind of like a tutorial, but not really, it's a little more casual. Some of you have already seen me without makeup. Here it is. So today I'm just going to do my basic everyday makeup, which to be honest, I hardly ever wear makeup anymore. Even back in January and February, when I was still going to work, I wasn't really wearing makeup. I was just kind of over it. I used to be really into makeup, but when I do wear makeup, this is my basic thing that I do. So I have all my makeup in this bag, what I'll be using today. It's in this little e.l.f. bag. And then I have a couple of tools as well, including an eyelash curler and some brushes. So I have more brushes too, but these are the basics. I also have this round mirror that has a magnifying side and a regular side that I'll be having to use because looking into the camera viewfinder, it's not the best for seeing what I'm doing, so hopefully I'll still be on screen as I apply. So let's get started. I start with a clean, moisturized face, but my skin's been a little dry lately, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, so I'm going to start with my concealer. This is from the brand Anastasia, and it's a warm, natural stick foundation. Even though it's a foundation, I use it as a concealer. It comes in this little tube like this. So for this, I'll just use the camera. And I just kind of gently put it under my eyes, a little bit on my cheeks, and then I do right down here. Sometimes I'll do my chin if there's some redness there. And then I like to just use my hands because the heat from my fingers tends to warm and sort of melt the product a little bit so it blends easier, but obviously a brush is fine too. So we've got some loud cars outside today. For whatever reason, the highway is just as busy as ever. So I'm just using my ring finger because it tends to apply the most gentle pressure, and you want to be really careful. Sorry, I'm not talking into the mic. You want to be really careful around the eye area. So again, just gently blending the color, and hopefully I'm on camera. And then just getting a little bit on the forehead, and then right down the bridge of the nose. And just kind of blend that out. So, like that. Doesn't really do much, but it covers up a little bit. Okay. So, my next step to set that, I go from Fancy Anastasia to more affordable e.l.f. I've been using this for a long time. This is the Prime and Stay Finishing Powder, and it's in the light medium shade. They only have like 2 or 3 shades. So the top's a bit broken, so I just take that off. And then this is also from e.l.f. It's an e.l.f. powder brush. And it almost has like a flat dome top, looks like a kabuki brush. So I just tap that in, and then I close my eye, and I kind of pat that right on. I don't do too much of a sweeping motion, because the powder gets loose. There can be easily some fallout, so I just kind of tap on, do another one for my nose, the bridge of my nose, and I sweep it over my forehead, a little bit on my cheeks. I really don't like to use too much, just a little something to set the concealer, and then I'll take it a little bit under my chin. So now I have the powder and the concealer. So it's really subtle. You can see my eyes look just a little brighter and my skin tone is a little more even. So let's carefully set that aside. So then the next step is my brows. And for me, if I, like I said, I've been kind of just like over makeup in general. But when I was working, I still always did my brows, even if I did nothing else, because to me that really kind of just helps define the features, I guess. I don't know. Please excuse all the noisy trucks. So I'm going to try to do this. I'll do this side first. So I have this fancy brush from Anastasia. They are pretty pricey, but they make really good brow products if that's something you care about. And I'll use the brush part just to kind of brush my eyebrow hairs to get them closer to the shape that I'm going for. And then I'll repeat on this side. Let me try to move the mirror. Okay, here we go. Okay, and this part always is the longest part of like my makeup routine, I guess you could say. So once again, we have an Anastasia product, and this is their Dip Brow Pomade, and it's in the shade Soft Brown because even though my hair color is always changing my natural color, you can see the roots are growing in real heavy. I'm a brunette, it's brown, you can see the natural color of my brows. So it looks like that on the inside, and then I just dip here. I'd meant to chit chat about other stuff while I was doing this, but I feel like all my focus is just on getting it done. So let's start with this side. So I normally start with the outside, and when I'm really doing it fancy, I used to do this, I take so much time and outline it, but to be honest, lately I just kind of fill in. You could do sort of like an outline and then fill in, but it's really, if you ever try this at home, it's whatever you're most comfortable with. So I'm kind of starting from the bottom, making a line, and then I'm going to go to the top. So I guess I'm doing a little bit of both, and then I'll sort of fill in that area. And hopefully I'm on camera. I think my hand's blocking it, isn't it? Maybe on the other side it'll be a little better. So it looks kind of like that. Looks a little crazy. I find brows, they look different every day when I do them. Alright, I'm going to fill in any of the gaps. And then what I'll sometimes do is just kind of like do the line right here so it has a little bit of a sharper edge, or a cleaner edge rather. I'm going to have to edit the sound. My mouth is like right on the microphone. Okay, so kind of like that. It looks a little harsh and dark, but we'll go in and lighten it as needed. And with the remaining product, I'm just going to fill in those areas. So it looks really intense, but I'm not used to doing it on camera, so it's kind of dark. It's a very dramatic brow. Maybe I'll just go for a dramatic brow look today. We'll see. It really depends when I do this brow how I adjust them. This is a little bit thick and dramatic, but it's a look. We'll see. So let's do the other. Great. So you know what? For this eyebrow, I'm going to do it off camera real quick, and I'll turn the camera back on when we're doing the edits for it. So in order to kind of make this match a little better with this side, I do have this other product. It's not sharpened. It's from Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's actually like a concealer corrector, it's an eyeshadow primer. But the woman who sold me this whole set basically used this on me to clean up brows. So I'm going to go underneath and just kind of add a little bit this way, and a little bit on top as well. And this is just, it makes a clean line, and it's a little bit easier than trying to like scrub off or remove. And then again, I'm just using my finger. The heat of my finger will help melt and blend the product a little bit better. So now it's a little bit less thick in this part, and I think it'll match a little better. This is a little darker than I normally do my brows, but I knew this was going to be tricky doing it on camera, so. The rest of the makeup's going to be 1, 2, 3. It's going to be great. It's always the brows that take a second. And of course it's okay if your brows aren't perfectly even, because nobody's eyebrows are perfectly even, so that would look kind of funny anyway. Yeah, so I'm going to record videos today. I'm just going to have thick brows when I record. That's just going to be the style that we're going for, so. Alright, should we just call it? Let's just leave it before we make a bigger mess, right? Okay, so I'm going to close this up. And let's move along. So my next step is usually bronzer. I have this bronzer from Too Faced. It's milk chocolate. I'm really big on matte bronzers. I don't like a lot of shimmer. Keep getting interrupted, but I'm going to go with my bronzer from Too Faced. And I just put some on this bronzing brush from e.l.f. And I just kind of suck in my cheeks. And I go along the jawline. My apologies for the choppiness of the last couple of minutes, but I've had some real technical difficulties. So like I was saying with the bronzer, I've done the hollows of my cheeks, and then I'll do my temples as well. I really like this bronzer because, like I was saying, I love matte bronzer. I'm also getting the top of my forehead. I'm going to do a little bit along my jawline, but this is actually made with cocoa powder, and it smells like chocolate. It's so nice. I also take a little bit from my chin, as you can see, and I rub it down into like the hollows of my neck, just for a little extra definition, and so that it all blends. And any extra I'll just kind of put on the sides of my nose. Okay, we are getting towards the end. So we are moving on to blush. This is one of my favorite blushes. It's from Tarte Cosmetics. I got it as a free gift during a Sephora purchase. I think it was like a birthday gift or something. And it's in the color Party with lots of A's. And it's matte as usual. I'm a big matte fan. It's this really pretty pink color. I don't know how to describe it, but I have this complexion brush from e.l.f. that I use for blush. I just smile and I apply that to the apple of my cheeks. And then I blend it out a little bit, kind of where the bronzer, like on top of where the bronzer was. And you can take a little extra, do a little on your forehead, on your chin, just to add a little bit of natural flush to the face. So that's most of the, most of the makeup at this point. I finish off by doing just a little bit of mascara and a tiny bit of eyeliner. So I have here my eyelash curler. There's some loud trucks. Please excuse them. I'm not going to edit them out because I've had so much trouble recording. So, I know I look crazy. I'm just going to curl my lashes. And I do this before putting the eyeliner because I'm only putting eyeliner on my upper waterline. Now we're going to go on this side. We're going to curl. Yeah, I tried to airdrop part of my video, and I think it messed up something with my phone, so there may be challenges ahead with recording videos until I can fix it, but do our best. Now I have this NYX or NYX brand black pencil eyeliner, and I'm going to grab my little mirror for this. And what I do is I just apply it. It's kind of like a little scary for some people putting stuff in your eyes, but I apply it to the inside of my waterline at the top. So like this. I might look a little crazy as I do it. Be some good freeze frames. And then I do the other side too. And this basically just fills in those gaps. It makes the lash line look a little thicker, a little more full. So I can only imagine what I look like in the camera. Whew, all right, there we go. So you can kind of see already how it just sort of fills out that area. We're going to end this with mascara. Now, I normally use this Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, which I really love. I had a full version. I've had like 2 full versions I've bought, and this is like a sample, but it's mostly dry. I also have this Pacifica Aquarian Gaze water resistant mascara. It's okay. It's not as good as this one, but it's half the price. You know what? I'm going to go for the little guy just because I don't really want to wear waterproof mascara today. I want it to come out easy. So, it has a nice brush. It's really almost empty though. And you're really supposed to like get ready for your mascara every 3 months, but I don't always do that. So, it's almost impossible to put on mascara without making crazy faces, but I'll try. So I just kind of like wiggle the brush / my head. I kind of start at the root. Let's do the other side. Looks like I'm mostly covering my face. That's not a bad thing right now. Just kind of wiggle. You could wiggle your face. I learned the wiggle technique from Lauren Luke, Panacea 81, I think. She was like the original, before Michelle Phan, beauty guru on YouTube. She's actually recently started making videos again, but I don't wear makeup, so I don't really watch them. But she's got a really sweet personality. And some of her videos are actually, like many makeup gurus, are very ASMR inducive. And then I just gently do the lower lashes. You don't want to overdo the lower ones. And then this area, I'm like missing a bunch of lashes. I think it was when I had like pink eye, like when I was 10, and I just like lost a bunch of lashes down here and it never really fixed, but that's okay. Let me put this down and we'll just do a final check. I guess we'll just leave it. We're just gonna leave it be. So that's generally the final look. I think I went a little too heavy on the mascara. I don't have it here, but I have a tool kind of brush. It sort of looks like this, but it's for your eyelashes, and you can just kind of comb them out if you put too much mascara or just want to kind of separate the different lashes. But that's basically it, guys. So I didn't take a picture of before, but if you remember before, here's the after. It's, very super simple, straightforward makeup, but this is what, when I do wear makeup, it's just my everyday routine. So it doesn't look like I'm wearing much makeup at all, but I feel like it brightens the eyes a bit and there's a little more color to the face. So thanks to those who requested this. I hope you enjoyed it. I had wanted to chat more about random stuff, but I'll save that for my page flipping videos, I guess, since I was just focused on explaining the products and everything. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and as always, leave your requests below. Bye.